What's up, my good friends? The PMBOK and the PMP community. I hope you're doing awesome today. We have got roughly, I want to say about 32 or 33 hours before this book becomes the standard for the exam. And I've been getting a lot of messages coming in through YouTube. So I wanted to I've not even had a chance to take a look at these. But being Saturday, I started going through some of these messages that have been coming in. And I just wanted to give a few shout outs. A few of our Savage on Saturday community alumni was slaying it, killing it, bringing it. I'm just going to give a few quick shout outs to Nirosh. First of all, Nirosh is one of our champions. Said, Phil, I passed the exam yesterday on my first attempt, 4 above targets, 1 target. Your videos are amazing and help me. I'm not going to blow the horn there. Thank you, Nirosh. Anand, Mr. Anand Verma took Pimpy apart. Really, really good news. Jen Gibson, Bowles in the house, killed the exam in the dying hours. Ichu, giving Ichu a shout out again for killing it. You have no idea, Ichu, how happy I am you succeeded. Well done. Ichu has been on a lot of calls, so many calls. I mean, if one was going to award a PMP for being on calls, she would have gone to PMP just for being on so many calls with us. Yinka got certified about a week ago, killed Pimpy, and truly remarkable story. I'm not even going to steal that thunder. Look, Yinka, you'll probably share your lessons learned next week. Emily Labadi, PMP emeritus. I mean, she's already started schooling people, helping me tell people this is. Hey, my great friend, Norm. How could I forget Norm Roberts? Norm, thank you a million for giving me the phrase, hey, get this, get this. This guy is an inventor. I had used his invention so many times that I felt he needed a PMP for inventing the phrase. We were talking about activity attributes when I trained NASA in class. He just said, Phil, hey, that activity attributes, we could use the term activity metadata. And since then, I've been using activity metadata, thanks to Norm. Well, cut the long story short, Norm got certified a few days ago. He killed it. He killed it. And the good news is, even though it's been about a year plus, killed it on his first try. Killed it on his first try. Kathy Bazan Arias, PMP Bowles. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you some of the great things these folks have done. Amadou Pitoa took a paper-based exam. You know how hard it is to take a paper-based exam? Man, those things are hard. They're really hard to take because you can't mark and move on, and you can't navigate the exam as easily. He was patient, he waited, and PMI got back to him with his result. Took his result out there in Africa, killed it. I'm so proud of him. Suresh Sankaran Kuddy out of the UK, another Bowles who has stepped up to the plate. A lot of these people are not just PMPs now, they are part of our war against failure. And these are people who have been dropping gold and helping people understand the mechanics of the book. So many folks here. Carl Bookerville out of Switzerland killed the exam and dropped some major, I mean, he almost, like, you might as well say he wrote a book about how to get certified and how to use tools and techniques. And that's in our group on Savage on Saturday. By the time someone gets certified, and they're almost writing a book. My goodness. Camille, I cannot say thank you enough to Camille, another boss who has helped me school people, train people, help them understand what to do to get certified. And I mean, this is just going on 2 weeks. She got certified not even up to 2 weeks ago and is already dropping major gold for me, helping me. That's the sign of a boss. And a lot of these folks that I'm mentioning have taken it to the next level in their PMP. I'm not going to say how, but they know. Sudeep Mahesh, shout out to you, my friend. Michael Piggott, oh my goodness. Michael, huge shout out. Michael's been on the journey and in the dying hours, kill that ridiculous pimpy. Namdeo slated, been on the journey for a long time. So huge shout out to Namdeo for that. And I could go on and on and on. Rohini, you still got to drop that goal. Hey, if you're listening, Rohini, you know what to do. You know what to do on the group. So you've given me the bag of gold, but I want you to dole out the gold. Ross Perkins, huge. Mudassir Naim, huge shout out to you. And the list goes on. My goodness. I mean, if I haven't mentioned your name, don't get mad. Judy. Oh my gosh. Judy killed the exam. I believe it was 2 days ago. Judy, huge shout out to you. In fact, I learned about Judy's success while I was on one of these calls. So I'm giving you a shout out here, Judy. And now I'm going into these YouTube messages that have been coming in. I'm just going to read some of them before I hopped on. Oscar, who had been watching some of our videos, I'm just going to share what Oscar said because this is huge and big for anyone who may have not passed it. So I shared some information about how a student decided he was going to hit it again. And Oscar said, hey, Phil, totally agree. I did not pass the exam on the first try on the 19th of March. Hey, that was just last week. I felt terrible, but decided the next day to reschedule the exam for the 23rd. Can you imagine that? Failed on the 19th, did it again on the 23rd. 5 days later, guess what? I passed. The experience taught me a lot about myself and how much I want to help others. Hey, Oscar, we're on the same team. You can count on it. You've got a brother who will help you out to help others. That's what it's all about, helping people. Ricardo 182. Thank you, Ricardo. I'm just taking a look at your message. He said, hey, Phil, I'd like to let you know that I just passed the PMP exam a couple of hours ago. Wow, congrats. Not only did I pass, but I got above average on all domains. Learned this brain dump from you on Sunday. Tailored processes, knowledge areas, sections to other stuff. But I definitely started with the I prefer eating mangoes chilled and the chipmunk thing. Okay. I saved a lot of your videos and they really helped me so much. I am so happy you're certified, Ricardo. Anytime, drop some gold. Hey, Bob Shea, I saw that. That is just so it's a bummer, really. So I feel so bad, but hey, I'm here to support you. All of you who missed your exams and were not able about that. Zimakona, one of our regulars on Savage, is asking about the 40 days to PMP. Hey, we've got even more than the 40 days coming up. So pass the exam. How could I forget Magda? Congrats to Magda as well. Magda took her mock test and videos. And I mean, she slayed the exam. I mean, in a huge way. Can I use the word bigly? Is that still allowed? Can I use the word bigly? Because I know lots of people don't like that word anymore because it's associated with a particular individual. Hey, she killed it bigly. I'm going to use the word. It's a good word. She killed it bigly. And she's one of the bosses who has taken it to the next level. It's one thing to get certified. It's another thing to say, hey, I'm certified and I'm going to go back in the building and rescue someone. So Magda, huge shout out to you. Ezadin, I see your message here, and I'm looking forward to you becoming a PMP. Awesome stuff. I've got about 73 YouTube messages from different subscribers. So those of you guys who have taken the time to write in, I appreciate you. I'm going to read a few more here. Felicia says, I passed my PMP exam today on my first try. Your 10 power tips, advice, and brain dump videos were critical during the last weeks of my studies. I am so happy to hear that helped you, Felicia. Hearty congrats, hearty congrats. Someone is asking for the chapters 2 and 3 of Short and Sweet. Hey, we've got some stuff. I tell you, stay tuned to the channel. Stay tuned. Tomorrow, we're going to drop some serious carats of gold. Thank you, Matthew, for commenting on the video. Garofalo, Matthew, thank you very much. Chris asked a question. Under communication, how do you determine if your current communications plan... Oh, that's a great question. How do you determine if your current communications plan is working or needs to be tweaked? And that's from Chris. So Chris, we see that all the time, don't we? People aren't getting the communication they need when they need it, or people are getting too much information and tell you, or you realize that, hey, that person should have gotten that report. How did they get it? Or use a good old temperature gauge. I tell people you got to have that temperature gauge in your office. What do I mean by a temperature gauge? It's a customized gauge that you design with the right questions, the right polarity and numbers of gradations or whatever, and you give that to your customers, your stakeholders, to understand from them. I'm talking about key stakeholders. Remember your power interest grid. I'm not talking about just any stakeholders. I'm talking about those managed close, those managed close ones and those keep satisfied ones. Hey, you want to ask them, hey, how are we doing in this regard? And also you got those very interested ones. You want to ask them, hey, are you getting what you need? If you give them the right temperature gauge and you're able to filter all of that information, make it into a database, you're going to be very able to quickly say people are getting what they need when they need it or they're not. So you might have to engineer that yourself. Sometimes the good old conversation, observation and conversation, it works. It works in a lot of places. Communications is definitely one. Kit says, taking my test tomorrow. I've been so grateful to my friend Phil. Hopefully, through watching his videos, taking many tests, and reading through the PMBOK guide, I'll pass tomorrow. Many have Kit, and I'm looking for some great news. All right, so this was a day ago. I'm hoping to get some great news today. Sahara DZ, I want to thank you for all your videos and tips shared. You make things so easy to understand. Oh, you passed your exam. Fantastic. Congrats, Sahara DZ. Fantastic news. And drop some gold. Hey, it might just be a tiny little nugget, whether it's 0.1 carats or 1 carat, drop it. What did you do to succeed on the exam? It could be a tiny little lesson learned. Like Andy, and a huge shout out to Andy, one of our bosses on Savage on Saturday, and also some of our other bosses, VJ as well. These are folks who have been trying to help people through lessons learned. Andy shared a very elaborate InDesign of all of his lessons encapsulated in an image from that page 61 and how he traced all of these things down. Another of our bosses, and you've seen him on the channel, Amjid, has been extremely helpful in churning out videos. And Amjid, hey, I haven't forgotten. Hey, before you go Scotland for one, I've got you covered, all right? So yours is going to hit soon. Hey, don't go to the PMI and start trying to hunt down the 6. I'm going to send you one, Amjid. So hold on to that thought. It's been crazy. Lots of training going on, all sorts of events that I can't even tell you now, but we got you covered. But all that to say, drop some gold, Sahara, because a lot of the people who are making the difference started off by getting certified, and then started sharing tips. So you said, thank you, Phil, for your tips. But I want to thank you in advance, Sahara, for your tips. All right. I want to encourage you, your tips. And we need more sincere individuals. Hey, if you're certified, I'm going to challenge you, step up to the plate. Step up to the plate. Create a channel. A lot of people saying, oh, well, Phil's got it covered. Hey, but are you helping Phil? Where are your videos? Where's your video? I have not seen your video telling me how you got certified. Amjad's been one of the students who has dropped some crazy video gold. A lot of people just getting certified and scuttling off. Hey, that's not how to do it. Create a channel. Even if you've got one video, two. All of you are shy. What are you shy about? You are a project manager, a people person with great interpersonal skills. Have you read this? Oh, you haven't read it. I'm asking the wrong people. I don't blame you. Who wants to read this thing? I wanted to read something that the PMI, well, rather correctly said in the book. And if you've read chapter 3, those of you who are getting ready for the 6th edition exam, I got to give it to the PMI. They did drop some gold in one of the sentences here. I quite like that. I'm going to read it. It's on page 53. It says, research shows that successful project managers consistently and effectively use certain essential skills. You know what those skills are? It says research reveals that the top 2%, you know, you got a bucket load of 100%, the top 2% of project managers, as designated by their bosses and team members, distinguish themselves by demonstrating superior relationship and, hey, it's in pink. Is that important to me? I put it in pink. I highlighted it in pink. So when I go through the PMBOK guide, I've got 2 colors. I've got yellow, I've got pink. If it's in pink, it's serious. By demonstrating superior relationship and communication skills. I've got to say it again. The top 2% of project managers, as designated by their bosses and team members, distinguish themselves by demonstrating superior relationship and communication skills while displaying a positive attitude. Isn't that something, folks? Positive mental attitude, PMA. Great communication skills. So what are you shy about? Why haven't I seen your video? I want to challenge you. Send your video in. If your friend Phil has helped you cross the finish line, how about paying forward? Help others. Send in your video about how you pass the exam. Hey, let's create a separate wall of how I passed the exam. And I want you to send those videos in. And for every video I get, I'm going to give you a token. It's just a token amount. I'm not saying that it's a big amount, but it's just a way I would say thank you. But hey, here's the rule about the video. The only info you can put in there is about your friends at HQ, at headquarters, all right? And your friend Phil, because I don't sell what I cannot use or have not used or have not validated. So I'm more keen on knowing how did you use this. If you can even just keep it a PMBOK, I'm fine. But if you want to throw in any of the other Praizion bits and pieces you use, that's fine. But I cannot promote stuff I've not used. But going back to Sahara's one-liner, Sahara, did you know that Phil was going to go off on a tangent with a one-line thank you? But I really want you to send in how you did it, because the way I did it may not be helpful to someone else. A lot of people have been watching Amjad's videos and they're getting value from what he had to share. So how do you know someone won't get value from what you have to share? Don't say, oh, I don't have much to say, or I'm scared. Why are you scared of the camera? Boss up, send in your videos. All of you who have gotten certified on my watch, I want to challenge you, because you're not certified for nothing. You're certified to help someone, all right? And those of you who are helping me, you know who you are. Shout out to you, because it may not be video, but trust me, a lot of folks are helping me. Heather, huge shout out to Heather for representing. Heather has hosted Savage on Saturday twice in a row. twice in a row. And so many other people who have stepped up to the plate. Jude Nelson stepped up to the plate. Joel Damon stepped up to the plate. So you got a bunch of bosses who are bringing it. So even if you don't send in your video, but you come for the savage and you're not shy to drop gold, respect, all right? But those of you who haven't done any of these, I want to encourage you, hey, send in your video. Anil Mehta, good day, my friend, dear friend Phil. I passed the PMP exam. I love it when I get these. Congrats to you, Anil. Passed the PMP exam on the 20th of March, above target, with 4 above targets and 1 target. I am very much thankful to you, especially for the 40 days. Hey, thank you. Thank you for thanking me, Anil. That 40-day series, honestly, if you know what I went through to record that series, it's a thing, I tell you. I went through quite a lot, but I knew it would help people, and I kept going and going and going. And there it is, free. 8 hours of training for free. All right. Gerson Perez, I find your videos to be very useful. This just answered a question I had. I'm planning to devote 16 to 18 hours. Okay, you're talking about that video. How many hours should I study for the exam? I hear you, Gerson. Being a pessimistic kind of learner. Okay, it will be around July 2018. Hey, thank you, man. Thanks for shouting out to me. I appreciate that. Emily Thompson. I know quite a few Emilys who are PMPs now. So I've got Emily, my co-trainer. I've got Emily L, who I spoke about earlier, who's been helping me train and equip people. And now Emily Thompson. Thank you, Emily. Just passed the exam. Congrats to you. Thanks to your YouTube videos. Thank you so much. Got above target in 4 out of, I'm telling you, people are killing this thing. Well done, Emily. Awesome. Anand Mohit. Hello, Phil. Sir, today I passed my PMP exam. I would like to thank you a ton. Thank you, Anand. Thank you for coming back and letting us know. I'm particularly like to accredit this achievement to the videos and presentation you have made available to us. After going through those video sessions, my thought processing has broadened up and everything became crystal clear to me. The exam is like one of a heck, where everything was built on the scenario driven. You got that right, Anand. Isn't it so scenario driven? Isn't it so crazy? It's like they're running on something else. Because for people to write those kind of questions, but hey, my question writers will give them a run for their money. Syed, one of my question writers, will take on any of those crazy questions that these folks are bringing. But still, I must credit the question writers, whatever they are doing to get the questions to be that annoying. I definitely want to know more about that. Too bad I can't, because PMI, they tell people you can't talk about that. So, oh dear, I could manage to get across the line. And this clarity in thoughts came only because of the presentations you guys have supplied. Thank you, Anand. It gives me pleasure. Hey, this is my reward. People think I'm a nutcase because I can sit down all day long just reading how people killed it, And it gives me great pleasure. It just gives me pleasure to know, yes, got that sucker again, got Pimpy again, got him down, got him under control. That's where I get pleasure. Seriously, I cannot tell you how I hate the exam with a passion because of what I've seen it do to my friends. But at the same time, I can't tell you how much I love the PMI for coming out with things like this that help people. I know the paper isn't that great, but this stuff, it does help people. Seems like I'm in high demand. I'm going to have to run away in a bit. But seriously, I've got a love-hate relationship with the PMI and the PMP exam. One minute I love it, next minute I hate it. One minute I love it, next minute I'm going back to my lab to create some crazy experiments to make sure that we get failure under control. And why do I want people to pass? Because I know what the exam could do for you if you apply it the right way. Before I started training full-time did a number of projects, did programs, aerospace, healthcare, aviation industry, all sorts of companies. I know that this stuff works and helps, but hey, you don't get crazy with it. Don't get crazy. Some people are trying to apply the whole of this thing to one project. Not every project needs the whole kit and caboodle, folks. So you got to tailor it. You got to tailor this thing to your projects. Thank you. Mazda says pure gold on the mainline flow. Yinka is laughing at my piano playing, or not laughing at, just laughing and saying, Coach Phil of A Million Talents. Honestly, that is another passion of mine. You know, music is another passion of mine. So if you want to know about where to get my music, I'll tell you. Just ask. Hi, Phil. I've passed PMP certification test, and this is from Alok. Congrats, Alok. Congrats. Ichu just typed in, oh, this was 4 days ago, not just. Ichu, I'm just seeing your message. You typed in, thank you, Phil. I couldn't have passed the exam without your encouragement. Thank you. Rama Subramanian, I have been meaning to give you a shout out. Rama Subramanian, huge, huge shout out to you. Killed it with 5 above targets. 5. Isn't that something? Isn't that crazy? He says, thanks a ton. You're a good soul, Phil. Good soul. For all others, please do follow what Phil says. He will surely take you there. All the glory to God, and I hope he continues to propel us to discover how to succeed. Geo Yeo passed my exam. Used another resource to study my material and stumbled on Praizion's YouTube videos. These videos explain the reasoning and purpose of tools and processes in simple yet effective explanations. That is the key to understanding and passing. Had I known about Praizion at the start, I would have enrolled in his study program. Hey, Gio, thank you so much, and congrats to you. Margarita, great videos. Thank you, Phil. She said, Dear Phil, your videos are the best. They help me so much. Many thanks. I just passed the PMP exam. Woohoo! 5 days ago. I'm sorry. These messages have been kind of evading me for a while, but I've been in a 5-day training trying to slam this bad boy down, you know. So it's been kind of tricky. All right. Someone says, grab a pen, homie. Hey, I know it's a pencil. I know it's noisy. Turn the volume down and get something from the video. I'm not being funny. Hey, people on YouTube, they've got this entitlement attitude. They want everything to be picture perfect. I get inspiration for a video. I pick up a pencil and I'm showing you how to do a brain dump. And I get a ton. I can't tell you how many messages I get. Oh, you should use a pen on a pad. Hey, get real. The video's over. If you don't like it, skip the stupid video. Go to something else. Waste of time reading all of these gripes. You should have used a pen. You get a notepad. Come on, get real. The video's over. Tons of people have benefited from it. I still get people moaning, hey, I've got more important things to read. All right, Joni. It doesn't look like this level of information is available on exams in 2016. Oh, that actually, it has been available, Joni. She's asking about the PMP exam content outline. All right, Srini. Srini says, I cleared my PMP exam today above target. This channel is the main contributor, which I can say one of my friends in the WhatsApp group shared his experiences and suggested to me Praizion's link of 40 days to PMP videos. Trust me, I went 1.5 times speed to revise and fill my gaps. I know the feeling. Yeah, that's smart. You know, if you want to get through a lot of my videos and watch all of them and you're in crunch time, amp it up to 1.5 or 2 times. Though these videos are very short compared to others, observe these tips are sufficient. I'm glad you got that down, Srini. I mean, look at it. You're now PMP. Congrats to you. Huge shout out. Majd, thanks a lot. I've enjoyed with you my first study of the PMBOK Guide 6th edition. You make it easy to me. Appreciate your efforts. Thank you. Khalid says, Dear Phil, thank you very much for the most beneficial videos. To those who want to enter the PMP exam, your videos played a major role. Oh, wow, you succeeded. Congrats. Komal, speaking about the content outline videos, this is really helpful. It takes the mystery out of understanding the questions. Glad you found it useful. Iona Bulu, Ional Boo. My dear friend Phil, yesterday I've got the PMP accreditation on the second try. Congratulations to you. I would like to thank you for your videos and precious content. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. So it helped me very much. On the other hand, I'd like to encourage all people who failed. Thank you. All people who failed, don't give up, says Ional Boo. Thank you very much. Thank you for your multiple messages. I really appreciate you letting me know. Akash Ramkirath says, good news, Phil. Passed the PMP exam yesterday. Been watching your videos the last couple of months, and they certainly helped. Thank you for thanking me, Akash. Congrats. Hey, you know what to do. Drop some gold, even if it's a 1 or 2 liner. And he says, best from New Jersey. I was close to New Jersey yesterday. Now I'm thousands of miles away from there. That weather of yours, my goodness. What a, my PMP class based on the 6th, I actually had to halt the class because the snow was crazy. I've never seen so much snow pummeling down in years. And we ended up having to go virtual. So hey, if you've got team members and they want to get certified, you got some in one part of the world, some in another, and you want to do blended training, you know who to call. I've got experience with all these crazy weather conditions. 1 minute it's snowing, next minute it's sunny, and the next day you got to shut down the entire class. So we had to do a combination of in-person and online, virtual, which fun and games, I tell you. All right. A comment about 18-hour PMP. Did anyone say it was free? If you are a channel owner and you actually go through your messages, I doff my hat to you, because there are a lot of dumb messages that come in about the obvious. Phil, do you have videos on 6th edition? I'm planning to get, hey, look out for tomorrow. So this is from EFR Reyes or Reyes. Is coming. How do I get the rest of the videos? Beth, is coming. It's coming. Doug says, hey, Phil, I was a little late in posting this because I needed time to decompress, but I passed the exam last week with above target in all areas. Congrats. I really appreciate some of the walkthroughs you posted, especially your breakdown of work performance data. Thank you, Douglas, and congrats. Oh my gosh, I thought I could get through these messages. I have got a boatload more. I'm going to have to do some work. This is from Vaibhav Sharma. WPD comes from direct and managed project work. That is absolutely correct. Very good video. My exam is next week. Well, I wish you success. This was a week ago, so I'm guessing Vaibhav, you've now passed the exam. Nicole Randall, thank you very much. And this is from someone who is now PMP. So I'm not even, that was a query about the 5th edition. No, we're not going to talk about that now. You're PMP, you killed it, 5 above targets. Fantastic. Jackson, do you have this ITTO tool? So the ITTO tool, as REPs of the PMI, we got to play right. So there is certain information on some of our courses that is only available to people who are registered for a course that we run through the PMI's REP program. So there's some stuff that we cannot share with people who are not on the courses that are in PMI's database. I think I'm all caught up now. Carmen, hey, it's coming, Carmen. Carmen Scott. We're going to drop those videos soon. And hey, you know the really cool thing? After we drop the first set of videos and you subscribe, you're going to get more videos and more videos and more ammo. More. I mean, it's going to get to the point you probably won't be able to watch all the videos before your exam because we're going to keep bringing more and more and more. So I think I'm all caught up now. I got a couple that are spam. I think I know who this is. Philly Injury Lawyers. I think I know who that is. But thank you for your comment. I have approved it. And all of you who have typed in or watched, I appreciate you. And those of you who have been, oh, some of my buddies are actually on. You know, I'm just looking at the live feed. Anand, good to see you. I hope you heard my shout out. Marwan, you passed the exam 21st of March. I believe I gave you a shout out, did I? But absolutely. Yes. Thank you very much. Wow, Jed, you passed the exam today. 4 above targets. Congrats. That is amazing. Pimpy was nailed. Thank you for chatting in. Jerry Pritchett. Oh my goodness, you passed the exam yesterday. Your original date was scheduled for this past Wednesday, scheduled due to snow. Found a location. Oh my goodness, you found a location 3 hours away. Wow, 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 wow. Doff my hat to you. Doff my hat to you. Speaking of that, Jerry, the PMI, they've been sending out some additional messages. PMI have been sending out other messages to folks about their options. I guess I'm a bit hard sometimes when it comes to, I have a zero tolerance for when your customer or your stakeholders are in a dilemma. You gotta step up and deliver. You know, the problem with a lot of firms is they're so large, they're like dinosaurs. No one can make a critical decision without going through hoops and jumps. So there's a whole long, drawn out dog and pony show. But anyway, that's another story. I feel so bad for anyone that has gone through this and has gotten PMI's consolation email about how they're going to help you. It doesn't bring the 5th edition content back. Someone says, Phil, they just got to smell the coffee and roll with it. I feel bad nonetheless. So please, you advise me, what should I do? Do you mean for the next PMI certification, Marwan? I think that's what you mean. Your next PMI certification? We'll talk about that. You obtained 4 above targets, Jerry. Happy to see that. Woohoo! Bim, you got it. You got it, man. You got it. You got it. You got it. I am so happy for you. Thanks, Phil. Just passed my PMP 20 minutes ago. That is dedication. And coming on here to share it with your buddy, Phil. Thank you, Bim. I knew you would do. Hey, when I saw you do that marathon mock, I said it's all over for Pimpy. It's a done deal. But hey, Bim, drop some gold. You know what to do. I'm going to put the post on the group. I want to see your gold dropped ASAP, all right? Thank you, Jed. Jed said, yeah, dig your music too. Oh, you're a musician. My music, you can, if you go and search for Phil C, Phill, and the letter C, check it out. You can find some of it on Amazon. You can find some of it on CD Baby. You can find one of my albums on Spotify. I've got an album out there on Spotify you can listen to for free. It's a Christmas album, but you can get the others on Amazon. Okay, Roshan says, hey, Phil, great job. Your videos helped me to pass with above target. I believe I've seen that before, Roshan. This is not new. Congrats to you. All of you that I gave a shout out to, I hope you've gotten what I typically give my bosses. I typically give my bosses something, a little some. So if you've dropped your gold and I haven't given it to you, send me an email. All right. Say, Phil, that little sum that you're supposed to have given me because I killed the exam and dropped some gold, I haven't gotten it yet. Shoot that email to info, or actually support. Support is the better one. support@praizion.com. Say, I passed the exam on Phil's watch and I've dropped my gold. And you might want to put your gold in the email so that I know for real you have dropped your gold. And then I will send you this really helpful roadmap. After the PMP exam, there's certain things you need to be thinking about. Everyone attacks the PMP as far as there's some content for PMP, there's content. How about content for people who are certified? They need guidance to know what to do next. Hey, so this series, I'm giving it to you totally free. And it's read by one of my BBC voice talents. Great listen, easy listen. I mean, you can listen to this all day long for months on end. This will give you ideas on how to take your PMP to the next level. So if I haven't given it to you, do me a favor, chat in, or not chat in, send the email to support, but it has to be very clear. Just say, I got certified on Phil's watch, because it's for my bosses who give me shout outs on YouTube, and who dropped gold. So if you've dropped gold in that, you've given me the breakdown of how you did it, the blueprint, so I can help others. If you've done that, I'm going to be sending that to you. There's so many of you who've gotten certified, so many. Anand says, I started this journey around end of January, followed Phil's content, mainline videos, 40 days, Savage on Saturday, and I didn't read the glossary. Instead, I used to listen to it during my bath. I didn't have much time, so I wanted to utilize it whenever I had the time. Oh, you created a flowchart of all the processes on an A3? You sound like Andy. That sounds like an Andy thing. Thank you. And we gave you a shout out on the group. Bina, did you kill it? Remind me of Bina. You know, my memory, I can't remember this now. I highly recommend, excuse me, dry throat. I've been talking too much. I got to quit before I have a coughing fit here. Waiting to join your new course tomorrow as promised. Thank you, Aref. Guys, I gotta go, or I'm gonna have a coughing fit right here, which wouldn't be a good way to end this shout out. So a huge tip of the hat to all of you who've killed it. If I didn't mention your name, forgive me. Doff my hat to those of you who have just done it. Jed, Bim, everyone else. Appreciate you. And I am looking forward to hearing more great news. Hey, it isn't over. It ain't over till it's over. Still got about 30 hours left. Bye, folks.